So it is time, and I have to admit something, because after more than 20 years, I'm switching back from AMD to Nvidia. Not because I love leather jackets on stage. No, and I'm not even being paid. I wish it was. I'm switching because I'm tired of troubleshooting my PC like it's a second job. I'm really upset about that. So, what to expect today? Not thousands of benchmarks on how fast Minecraft runs on Nvidia compared to AMD, because you can find this all over the place. You can find benchmarks and whatever out there. This one is about real life experience and look and feel, because you know what matters more to us. PowerPoint slides by some marketing guy on the stage telling you how good their product is compared to someone else's product, or whether your PC behaves the way it should behave. So here's what pushed me into the situation. When I bought the 7900 XTX, I didn't need it to be perfect. I didn't expect it to be perfect right at launch. I needed it to be boring, stable, predictable, and not constantly begging for another driver update. And AMD hyped AV1 very hard. You know, it should have been a creator card, future proof. So used it like a normal person would do, or a normal content creator and a gamer. AV1 recording at 1080p 60. And funny enough, most of my problems ended just the same way. It was an Adrenalin Driver Timeout. It wasn't something like this one game is buggy. I mean, some of the games were buggy indeed, but it wasn't also my settings were very weird. It was just a timeout again and again. And after a while, you stop trusting the machine. You hit record and you're already waiting for something to break. Early on, it was the usual new GPU chaos. You have random crashes, driver resets. You remember the power draw issue they had to fix in the driver so the card doesn't draw too much power. Games were just closing, and yes, it got better, but what never really disappeared was that feeling that stability could flip again at any moment. So when you had a new driver, something improves and something else always broke with AMD. New game patch, a title that worked last week suddenly doesn't. See Cyberpunk at the moment, if you have path tracing enabled in one of your save files, you cannot load that save because the game would crash. Another perfect example is Arc Raiders. With global illumination enabled, it would just crash randomly. There's no warning, there's no pattern. It just goes back to desktop. And again, often ending in a driver timeout. And yes, I know. When it comes to recording, I could just record over the CPU, and sure, I could duct tape my way around it. But honestly, I bought a high-end GPU for modern creator workflow. The moment I combine gaming with creator tools, it shouldn't fall apart. There's no excuse for doing that. In addition to that, PC VR was another pain point. With Adrenalin drivers, VR would sometimes just refuse to behave. And once you add the usual background stuff, if you want to do some VTubing, for example, tracking, overlays, the system felt like it was always one step away from collapsing into another timeout. And at some point, it stopped being a gaming PC. It turned into a stress test for my nerves. Gaming performance usually was fine. There were a few glitches which were not that nice. Assassin's Creed Shadows was another game which didn't run very well on AMD hardware. But recording and encoding, especially over the last few driver releases, felt worse for me, really bad. Not a few FPS less, more like messy frame times. You had stutters and a constant feeling of, why is this card just allergic to everything I'm doing? And the fix is always rollback drivers, except that just means you pick your poison, roll back, and a new game breaks, update, and something else breaks. You're stuck spinning the wheel constantly. And honestly, I'm done with that. I want to play, record, edit, upload, and move on with my life. That's why the 5080 happened. See, I have no clue what is happening at AMD when it comes to GPUs. It feels like there's some kind of lack of quality assurance when it comes to drivers or even the hardware products, at least for the graphics part. So, is the RTX 5080 perfect right now? Nope, absolutely not. Let's start with the stuff that still annoys me. First, 12 volt high power, or these beautiful pigtails here you can get with your card. Yes, it's better than the early horror stories we had, and yes, proper seating matters. Still, I hate that this connector even has reputation. So I treat it like a serious component. Proper seating, proper cable, no sharp bends, and I did check it once or twice if it gets hot. Second thing is the price. Nvidia's pricing is brutal. If you're stable on what you have, I totally get not paying the luxury tax. The third one is the VRAM. It's less than on AMD, and at this price, I would expect no compromise, but that's where we are right now. And then there's DLSS4. At least for me, in Dune Awakening, I saw pretty nasty tearing with DLSS4 enabled. It could be the game, it could be drivers settings, but it's a real problem and it's worth mentioning. When I disabled DLSS4, the game looked way better. Now, here's the part that surprised me. Day to day, the 5080 was more or less boring until now, and I mean that as a compliment. Power draw while gaming was lower than my 7900 XTX in real sessions, and I did not expect that. Noise, noticeably quieter in my setup, which is great when you record. And recording and encoding and streaming, AV1 was tip top, nothing to complain about. Less performance penalty. I had more consistency when I watched the video afterwards or the recording, and there are fewer what the hell just happened moments. So, yes, for my workflow, it behaves like a tool, finally, and not like a science experiment. Here's a quick what I tested because this is where the differences show up. DaVinci Resolve worked before too, but on the 5080, the preview is smoother. Scrubbing the timeline feels more responsive, less micro stutters when I skim footage for cuts. When it comes to Hon Showdown and recording, 1080p 60 recording just works. There are no problems with it, no weird limitations, and I have the feeling the game does run smoother while I'm recording. Dune Awakening and streaming, same story, good quality settings, stable output, except for the DLSS4 thing I had. There are no drop frames, no encoder overload warnings, which I had before. So all those warnings I kept seeing with similar quality settings before are just gone, which I really like. And yes, Nvidia software has its own nonsense. The Nvidia app is basically a glorified ad catalog. But I do like the driver split. One track that's more creator stability focused and one that's more latest game ready. So that's genuinely useful. Coming back to AMD, what would they have to do to win me back? Because honestly, no, I'm not married to Nvidia. If AMD wants to have me back, stable drivers under creator load would be nice. So no more timeouts, at least no more weird timeouts, which are unexplainable. VR plus creator tools should just work. And if you hype AV1 or other codecs, they need to work and the cards need to behave like that what you promised. Also, a free GPU would help. I'm kidding. Mostly. No, honestly, if your AMD setup is stable for what you do, don't switch. Enjoy it, save your money, do something useful with your money. But if you're living the same pain I was, timeouts, crashes, OBS acting up, encoder overload warnings all over the place, VR being problematic, then I get it. At that point, you're just not upgrading for your ego, you're upgrading for peace. For me, the Switch wasn't about chasing high FPS. I had enough FPS, and when you're streaming, you usually cap your FPS to 60 anyway. It was more about getting my evenings back and not be troubleshooting all evening. So yeah, that's it for today's video. A little bit about a rant on AMD's hardware and drivers. Sorry, I'm just fed up. If you like this kind of video, if you found it helpful in some way, please leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. So good luck with your hardware and watch the prices. They could rise anytime this year. It's going to be hell in price development. Take care of yourself. See you on the next one.